We live. What's up, y'all?
Yo, what's happening?
What's happening, good people? This is episode 34 of Lasting Libations. I'm your girl, Shaquena, a co-host, co-creator of Lasting Libations. This is my co-host, comedian Armani Jones. He's a producer, writer, showrunner, show producer of different shows that y'all have seen him do across the world, y'all. Man, when I tell you Armani put on some great shows, make sure that y'all catch whatever show he has. We're gonna bring him back. I don't know what happened. They kicked him off. Let me see. Come on, Jones. Come on. Hold on, y'all. Give me a minute. Okay. Easy.
Yeah. Hey, well, like, I'm about to use your hotspot.
He's back, y'all.
Shut up,
All right.
huh?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Waiting on Michelle C as
Can
we
you see me?
speak. I can hear you, but barely.
You got what?
I can hear you, but barely. Waiting on
You hear
Michelle.
me barely? All right, okay, well, introduce her in, and I'm going to get to some good Wi-Fi. I'll be right back.
All right.
All right.
Okay, y'all. We got a special guest for y'all tonight. We got a dope comedian by the name of Michelle C. Y'all know her as Candy Kisses TV. This woman has been all over the world. She has a great podcast that we want to come on someday and just have a good time with her. We're going to bring her on. Y'all put your hands together for our girl and yours, Michelle C.
What's going on, ma'am?
What's going on? How you doing today?
Good. Not you said all over the world. I've been all over Atlanta, but I done been there a couple of places, but not all the places I want to be.
Hey, look, look, Atlanta is all over the goddamn world. Shit.
What's
Girl,
going on?
if you go to Atlanta, that's the world right there.
Listen, everybody moving here. Might as well say it is.
Thank you, cause shoot, I'm trying to move, goddamn. Telling you.
You know
Huh?
You not in Atlanta?
No, I live out from Atlanta. I live in Columbus.
Oh, okay. No, well, you ain't far. I was like, I thought you was around, but okay, so you ain't that far.
Ain't that far. I'm trying to get there on the 24th. Shoot, because Armani got the show going on the 24th. So I'm gonna be there doing his show. So
All right.
yeah, burlesque and comedy. I'm gonna be snipping up with a doggone
Burlesque.
Yeah, it's called burlesque and comedy.
Not you gonna be naked.
I ain't gonna be naked. I'm gonna have a corset all the way up to him.
Okay. You know, gotta let them see how it go down. Okay, I got you.
There you go. Shoot. Corset in a wheelchair, child. Hey,
get it how you live, pimp.
There you go. So tell the people about yourself. Give them your bio right fast.
Oh, where you want me to start?
Just start you start from where you started comedy, how you started comedy. What made you want to get into comedy?
Well, first I'm a makeup artist first.
Okay.
Been in the comedy game officially on the stage for 3 years, but been behind the scenes for about 13, 14 years. Because like I said, I was a makeup artist first. So I was a makeup artist for one of the hosts of the comedy shows. So that's how I end up kind of knowing all the comedians. I've always had a love for comedy anyway, but you don't realize how good your passion is until you're surrounded by it. You know how they say if you stay in a barbershop long enough, you're gonna get a haircut.
There
That's
you
pretty much
go.
what happened. So stay around the comedy people too long. You be like, nigga, let me try this.
There you go. Shoot, man. So you a makeup artist, man. I was
Yes,
wondering who be beating your face so good. I was like, who she
she's
got doing her
I.
face
She's
for?
I. Yeah, so been in the business for as far as the makeup game, I've been in business for about 18 years. So have my own cosmetic line. So I've always been business first before anything else. So
I don't blame you. Shoot, get your money, girl, and be all about your business. Cause sometimes people be want to, try to swindle you out your coins.
that part. Come on now.
Especially if folks think you don't know what you're doing. So you got
Listen.
to you got to know the
Every
business
business, no,
side.
I don't care what you do. Every business is always first, and then
There
all
you
the
go.
other stuff comes.
Exactly, and I'm learning that my doggone self.
Yes, sir.
I got everybody in my ear saying, "Shaquana, your business got to come first. Comedy is cool, but know
Right.
the business of comedy, because people are out there that's just gonna try to do their best to do you out your money. So
Facts. Come on
so
now.
so know your business, and I'm learning it quick because I done did some free shows, and I'm like, you know what? I need to stop
Well, you
doing
know
free.
what? It's not there now. Now let's. It ain't nothing wrong with doing free shows, but make it make sense.
Every now and then, but
You,
not
you
all the
know, because
time.
I'm like, sometimes you got to do the free shows for the network or whatever you need to do. So you can't always say, because your homegirl might, hey, bro, I need you to host this or whatever. But you
Right.
don't want to deny them, because guess what? That same person that said, I need you to hook me up this time might have 10 stacks for you next time. So just be
Right.
choosy of who you do free for. That's all.
That exactly, because you can't do free for certain folks, because then they expect for you to do free all the time,
That part. That
and
part.
you can't do that because they think you don't know no better.
Mm-hmm. You gotta let
So
them know
yeah,
you're doing them a favor. Don't just go up there and be like, yeah, I do everything for free. No, I'm doing this for you on the strength. Just know you need to be strong next time. You need to be stronger.
because I need my paper the next time you want me to come out. This time
That
I'm
part.
just doing it because we cool, but next time this is my rate. Don't give me my rate, or else we
That
can't
part.
do business no more. So I'm running that, girl.
And then you gotta ask. You gotta ask, like if somebody asks you today, hey, kind of how much it's gonna cost you for whatever they want you to do, this type of show, whatever. First thing you need to ask them, what's your budget? Because that lets you know whether you're gonna do it or not. And if they say they don't have no budget, then you can decide whether, all right, I'm gonna look out for you or I'm not. That's on you. If you didn't ask what the budget, that's your fault.
That's my fault. You so true. Good, that's so doggone true. Because it's been plenty of times I didn't say, "Well, what's your budget?" And I
Mm-hmm.
had to do myself just like that. You done it. Oh, you done
I'm
it.
trying to tell you, business first. If somebody
There you
asks you for a plate of your food, are you gonna say, how much you put on these groceries? Business first. Come on now.
There you go. I'm learning. Shoot, I got Grady in my ear telling me the business. I got Armani in my ear telling me the business. So I'm learning, because I ain't trying to be no fool like him. But
I know that's right.
so tell us, okay, what's the craziest show that you've ever done, and you cannot believe you've done this show? Like the craziest thing that has ever happened to you on stage while you're actually doing your show.
I've been fortunate enough where I ain't really had nothing too crazy happen. I mean, most of the time when stuff happen crazy, it's after the show where you have like people that come up to you that are like this, oh my God, you're so amazing. And you're like, oh, okay. Like it throws you off because okay, I give you an example. Like I was on stage at some show or whatever, and after you get off the stage, I just, go and chill in the back, whatever. I'm just minding my business. So I'm
Right.
talking to another comedian. And this person, this guy walks up to me, he daps me up. He was like, yeah, good stuff, right? Now I forgot I just got off stage 10 minutes ago. So I'm like, okay, I'm being okay, cool. I was like, who is that? He was like, I don't know. And I was like, well, I don't know him either. Why are you talking to me? He was like, you was just on stage 20 minutes ago. I was like, okay. And he was like, that's probably a new fan. I was like, oh, that's how that works.
You
Like,
ain't got
I
to do
don't
it.
mind talking to nobody. I'm cool with everybody, but it's like you don't expect just a random person just to. Because again,
Walk up to
for
you.
me, when I'm on stage, I do
Right.
my stuff and I get off and I go on, and it's just I'm regular like anybody else.
Yeah,
So not that you don't appreciate the love, it's just you didn't expect it. So you go, oh, that's what that was. Okay.
yeah, cause you like, well, dang, what? I'm still getting used to that, cause I'm like, huh?
Right.
So you got to get used to that because people gonna walk up to you like you had a great show, gonna want to shake your hand, take a picture, hug on you, and you know you got to expect it, even though
Well, that's
you
the
just
thing.
got off stage.
I wouldn't have been so surprised had the show been over. Then I would have knew he was talking about. Like, oh, he's talking about the show. Like the show was still going on, and I'm sitting there talking to somebody who was like, yeah, good stuff. And I was like, okay, that's what's up. Had no idea what he's talking about because I had got off the stage like 20 minutes ago, so that's why I didn't trigger him. Oh, you talking about? Okay.
Oh, so the show was still going on, and you had okay.
Right, I was
I'm
sitting there
thinking the
chilling.
show
What
was
you
over.
talking about?
Oh my god! So who has somebody that you have worked with that you cannot believe that you actually worked with?
As far as on the same show or
The same show, same stage.
um
That one person.
I worked with, say, I got some really dope mentors. I worked with Rodney Perry, Steve Brown, Alton Walker. So I've graced the stage with a lot of vets in the game, and that's just like I said, I've been behind the scenes of comedy longer than I've been on the stage. So these are people that I've known and you have grown a rapport with. So it's always dope to be able to share a stage with somebody that has been in the craft for so long and that's really like a pro. So when you see them at work, you'd be like, "Ooh, let me step my game up."
That part. Cause shoot, I got on stage with Teddy last year, and I'm still saying to myself, "What the hell?" And
Mm-hmm.
I grew up watching Teddy, so I'm like, I'm gonna share stage with Teddy. And my face just started breaking out because I was so nervous. I said, "Shaquana, you can't embarrass yourself or Teddy. This is a
Right.
legend in the game. You can't embarrass yourself." But
Mm-hmm.
I did an okay job. I just forgot to hold that mic in front of my mouth.
Yeah, they got to hear you now. Come on now.
So
They
you
got to
know,
hear what you're saying.
see what I'm saying? I had, cause I was so nervous. I didn't even realize I was, had my face this way. My girl, look,
Yeah.
this man about to kick me off of his show.
Well, I mean, it's all learning curves.
Yeah,
You know what not to do the next time.
yeah, cause I done learned that lesson. Cause he let me do both shows. So the second show, I implemented the advice that he gave me. So I said, okay, good, good. I'm glad, cause I learned quick. Cause I was like,
Yeah.
if I mess up like this again, ain't nobody gonna ever book me again. And look, so you said makeup and you've done it for 18 years and you still continue to do it every now and then, right?
No, I have my own cosmetic store. I have a brick and
Oh,
mortar store.
okay. So what was that like starting your own cosmetic store and line? Like, what was that like?
Oh man, it's been so long. Well, essentially, when I started it, I've been a makeup artist for years. Went to cosmetology school, all that good stuff. Worked for a couple of makeup counters, and after a while, when you've been in the industry for so long, you just start looking at it like, I could probably do this on my own. And then that's what it boiled down to. Like, I'm gonna do this on my own. Did the research, and I was like, yeah, let me try it. Tried it, and kept going.
Right, right. Well, we got
Beautiful, beautiful.
Armani Jones back.
What up, Armani?
What's happening there, Michelle? What's happening, girl?
Sure,
Michelle?
you got
Miami. What's happening?
your phone is tripping.
I know. I'm over here I'm in the car right now. I'm in the car
Oh, we
right
can hear you
now.
now.
Can you hear me now? Okay, cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm in the car right now. We heading over to the studio. I'm listening to Jay-Z 444 album, and I'm with my homeboy Chris. He's about to go ahead and release his album in a little bit. So I'm
Okay.
sorry, y'all. We was in traffic, but I know that Shaquana was talking about you doing the makeup. Now, can you
Hmm.
tell the people how critical it is for Hollywood and the makeup artists? It's just hand in hand. Can you tell like just one hand washes the other? Like I just know that when it comes down to makeup and
Yeah.
being on camera, like y'all like fuck screenwriters. If y'all strike, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
What you finna say? It's gonna be some ashy face chicks out there.
It's better be ashy cheeks everywhere. I'm just saying, like keep it real. How much does Hollywood need for the makeup artists out there?
Well, to be honest, Hollywood needs everybody. They need the hair and makeup. They need the writers. They need the whole entertainment package. Like the value is there, and people are sitting there acting like, "Oh no, we can just get some other people." Yeah, you can get some other people, but are they gonna be as dope as the people that you had? Value what you have instead of looking for something that's new. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And how do you feel about the strike that's going on real quick? Just your quick opinion.
Now, from what I know about it, I think it is. I understand why they're striking because a lot of people are out there saying that, oh, y'all just the rich is trying to get richer, and that's not the case. The case is you're not going to keep, using my likeness in perpetuity, which means in forever, and I don't get paid for it. You getting residuals off of it. Why can't I? So that's just like if you do extra work somewhere and then they AI your face for 10 different shows, you only got one check, but them people that streaming continuously making money off of your face. That's what
Right.
they fussing about.
Yeah. And that's sad.
Talk about it.
Because a lot of these
Talk,
people getting paid off of
and what I'm
residuals.
a lot of people get paid off the residual and they're trying to take that back too.
Hmm.
And for the people that's in the record industry, it's like publishing, it's like your masters.
Exactly.
Now, the new thing they're saying is the AI. Is the
Right.
AI is going crazy. Do you
Yeah.
Hmm.
feel like Hollywood is going to start resourcing AI scripts?
They already have. They've been AI for a long time. What you talking about?
They've been AI.
Man, hell yeah. And they just now getting called out for the shit. Listen, I don't know if you've seen Jamie Foxx's new show, Clone Tyrone,
Yeah,
but in my opinion, he was kind of MIA for a minute. And and I mean, I understand, and prayers out to him because I'm glad he's doing well because everybody loves Jamie. But it's
Right.
like I don't know, maybe because he was the executive producer, maybe that story was a little bit too real.
that
That's
shit
all
was
I'm
real,
saying.
real. I
That's
can't
true.
lie
Hmm.
to you. And shout out to Jamie for putting himself out there. We've been praying for him. And if that
Mm.
is the real Jamie, go move to Florida and come get some
No,
sun.
that is the real Jamie. Don't you do Jamie like that? That is him. That is the real Jamie. So don't
That's
do
the
him like
real
that, bro.
Jamie.
Look, I don't know. But look, at the end of the day, I seen you in real life. So I know you the real you. I know you the real. I know
That's
Right,
Shaquana
true.
the
right.
real Shaquana. I know y'all the real y'all. Because I seen y'all. And
Man,
when
I
I
wish I
seen
did. I wish I did have a doppelganger so I can have him help me with these bills. Shit, I need some more help.
Thank you.
when I say Michelle out here hustling like a motherfucker, I seen her at the comedy show. And she had packs of makeup bags like sacks of cocaine on the counter, just
Hey,
hustling.
listen, I say the glitter by the kilos. What you talking about? What we doing? Okay, listen.
Oh my
People.
God.
She kind of you talking about doing like guest shows or whatever, guest show or free shows. They ain't got to be free if you got merch. As long as you
There
got
you
your
go.
merch, your show ain't never free. But you make sure they pay you after that show. Cause
There
you be
you
like,
go.
oh, the person ain't gonna pay me. Guess what? I got this merch. Holla at your girl.
There you go.
Always hustle. Always hustle. Because she had at least about 10 to 12 bags at the end of the night. They was all gone. I mean, the people they was scratching for the damn makeup after that. I'm telling you, I was like, this girl running her shit like New Jack City. So
You got
can you
to.
please tell the people like how important the hustle is and to get yourself out there besides the networking, but making those conversions into dollars.
Oh, the networking is key first. Don't ever discount the networking because a lot of these places that I'm able to doors I'm knocking on that I'm getting into is because of networking. It ain't because I just know Michelle. No, it's the networking. And networking is key first. But as I said earlier, business is also a priority. I do
Right.
business before I do anything else. I got to make sure all them dang on the I's are dotted and T's are crossed. Period.
There you go.
Periato.
That's
You
correct.
hear me? Yeah,
I'm trying to tell you.
Shaquana, take them away.
Now, okay, now as far as comedy and you being a female, what has something that you have come across has been messed up about being a female in the comedy world? Like, what has something that has been like disrespectful that has kind of sort of happened since you've been in the comedy game, or have you experienced that yet?
I'm not gonna say it ain't gonna come, but so far I pretty much mind my business and stay out of people's way. I don't be in them green rooms being messy like I've seen some. But for the most part, I haven't had to deal with anything outright disrespectful or because again, I don't mess with people, so ain't no
Right.
reason for them to mess with me.
Drink your water and get money.
That's
There you
it.
go.
That's
Nothing
what you
wrong with
do.
that.
That's what you do. And I always say that to people all the time. When you stay out the way, ain't no way you can be in no way.
There you go.
Listen.
You
True.
It's
did.
a, I will say what I've learned from the comedy game so far, just observing. Luckily, I ain't had to be in the nonsense, but it's just it reminds me of high school a lot. It do. It's a lot of petty shit go on. A lot
Ooh,
of talking behind your back, and then I just be like, y'all ain't got nothing else better to do.
right.
I'm gonna keep it real. I was one of the people in high school that I ain't really like passive aggressive. I'm aggressive. So
Mm-hmm.
I didn't fuck around. I ain't gonna lie to you. Michelle. I done fucked around and pushed a little light skinned man at cats. And this the whole thing. I ain't
Really, your
mean to.
hand just magically appeared on his chest. Is what happened.
Look, I ain't what this the whole thing. It
Okay.
wasn't my hand, it was my elbow. See, this the
Mm.
thing. In Georgia, 9/10 for the law is possession. He was gonna possess the elbow. So I
Mm.
bowed him. You know where that little fence at? He
Uh-huh.
had bounced on the fence and his body had this little body roll.
Okay.
But this the whole thing. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault. He
So
was
whose
trying
fault
to
was it?
look, he was trying to alpha male. He was trying to do the alpha male shit and try to walk in front of me and do some weird shit in front of some females. And once your body touched my body, I feel assaulted.
You know
You
what?
know what I'm saying? I feel assaulted.
Did he lightly graze you or something? Because I'm
He
still trying to
lightly
understand how
grazed me,
your
and
elbow connected with his chest.
when he lightly grazed me, he had tight pants on. This Atlanta, and I
So
ain't
his
trying to
pants
be.
is what offended you. It wasn't the fact that he
It
grazed
was
you. The pants offended you. Okay.
it was the pants and it was the tightness of the pants. So I had to go ahead and just bow. I was because it's Atlanta. I don't know what that meant. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? I don't know if it was a thing. You trying to lightly graze me with it. And he was light skinned. So at the end of the day,
Ooh.
I felt like I was justified to do it.
Okay. So it was his pants and his melanin wasn't just dark enough for you. So you just had to elbow that nigga.
For the ancestor.
Okay.
It's so stupid.
Okay.
Oh my god. What is
Okay.
wrong with him?
That's what we're doing. Okay.
But I do not, I'm not advocating for violence at all. But
Mm.
these motherfuckers make your ass crazy. I'm for real. So that's why I be
This is
staying the
true.
fuck out the way.
Oh my
This
god.
is true.
Like you ain't already crazy, but go
If you
ahead.
stay in your own lane, you ain't got to worry about nobody else's.
That's for
You
real.
right. You right.
And don't lightly graze me. Don't lightly
You know
graze
what?
me.
Oh
That's
my
bad.
god. He
But
is
but
crazy.
real quick, go ahead and tell. Did y'all get to TP yet? Did y'all get to TP?
No.
TP. Toilet paper?
You know what? Hilarious.
What the hell is TP?
Tyler Perry.
Oh.
Michelle.
Oh shit! You just gonna throw TP out there like it don't have another abbreviation. There's a lot of TPs out there, like time Paul. It could be anything.
TP Hurley. I
Tyler
don't know.
Perry. Oh my
But
god,
yeah,
we ain't got to
yeah.
that point yet.
Jesus,
What
Oh,
happened with
we'll
Tyler
get to
Perry?
it. All right, babe. Quite to get to it.
you was on an episode of Sisters. Tell us
Uh huh.
about that. What was that like working with Tyler?
Oh no, that was cool. I mean, that was just extra work. I've been on there. Like doing makeup for I love doing the makeup better than being on the screen because I the makeup pay me better. I'm gonna just be real.
Hello,
But
hello, hello.
that makeup check is way better than that extra check. You feel me?
There
But
you
no,
Move,
it was cool
move.
because one of my very good friends I've been knowing for years. He plays what characters he plays? He plays Aaron, the preacher dude. That's one of my really good friends. So it was dope. I got to see him on set. We talked and chat. But yeah, it was just extra work, and I just happened to have the right hair color. They was like, "Oh, I like your hair. You gonna be in this scene?" All right. No, it was that simple. And sat
go.
there and chilled.
I thought I
Man,
was high as hell when I seen you. I'm like, wait a minute, am I high? I had to
I ain't
rewind it
gonna
back.
lie. When I seen them rosy cheeks in that little stylish chair, I said, okay, now somebody gonna have to go ahead and get her, cause
Now,
she
let me tell you
looking like
something that we're gonna bring back to the AI. Now, they didn't do no AI in that, but for example, they how people can use your likeness more than one time. So that shoot was only 1 day, but I was in 2 episodes, but I only got one check.
oh,
That's what that
see,
writer strike's about.
you know what?
Oh
BET
hell no.
BET still owe me $100. I need to holler at Tyler too.
You know
We
what?
both need to. We both need to holler
We
at.
can't get, that's what the contract is for. You can't do nothing about it now. I'm not mad. I'm glad for the platform, but I'm saying like these stuff like that is kind of what they're arguing about. It's like, you can use my image on the sprinkle and everything, but I only get one check for it. That's what they're arguing about.
And that's not right.
Damn,
That's
that's
messed up.
rough. That's rough.
Oh,
So real quick, do you feel like Tubi and streaming platforms that's designed for people that can put up their own content is the future for all of Hollywood.
I don't know if it's the future, but I'm not mad at it because a lot of these, like even with social media, a lot of people are making their own way, making their own lane because of social media. I'm not mad at that at all because it's, a lot of times back in the day, people were talking, oh, here come these social medias or whatever. But these social medias are showing you how the game is, changing, and you got to change with the times. Now, Tubi, people can joke on Tubi all day long, but I ain't gonna lie, Tubi got some good shit on there. I ain't even
That's for
mad
sure.
at them. Now, some of it is some nonsense, but sometimes I just
Horrible.
watch it for the
Bull.
comic relief. But they do have some decent stuff on there.
Yes, they do.
Facts.
Shoot,
I
I was
seen
sitting there watching Tuba today. I'm like, okay, some
Mm.
good movies.
I seen somebody shoot a Tubi movie off of No Kid, and I was
The
kind of
only
surprised.
the
I
only
was
beef I had with Tubi the first time when I saw it is there was some kind of little thug movie, and storyline was cool. But anytime somebody was getting shot, the special effects would say "pum pum" like with a comic book. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna need for them to do better. If you're gonna do it right. Like do it with excellence. Don't do it like that. Like it's
Right.
the bootleg for me.
I would keep it real.
Oh,
I think I seen that same damn movie, and I ranked it 5 star. I ain't gonna lie, it was hilarious.
You know what?
that girl said, pew pew. Yeah.
Hey,
I'm sick of
Oh
that.
my.
but look,
Oh
real
my.
quick, real
See,
quick. I gotta go ahead and jump up off this thing. I'm finna go ahead and get some catfish and some Hennessy. But Shaquana, go ahead and
Oh,
wrap
this
up
the
the interview.
blackest meal ever.
You know what? It's still my birthday month. It's still my birthday month. So y'all stay blessed. Shaquana, go ahead and wrap up the interview. Love both of y'all.
all right,
Michelle, we
baby,
still
too.
gotta do some shit.
Okay.
August 24th, Uptown Comedy, Burlesque and Comedy. I'm gonna hit you up in the inbox. I need you out there.
I ain't finna be naked. I'm just letting you know.
You ain't gotta be butt naked.
You ain't got to be naked.
Just you
I'm
might
not
need
gonna be.
might need you for the makeup. And I'm trying
Okay.
to hit you up with the check by the bop boo to the boo.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
I
right.
come
We can
Yeah.
do
bareface
that.
so you can beat my face for me.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm see y'all ladies. Bye.
All
Bye.
right.
Oh my God, he is retarded. Okay, so if you could do a movie with anybody and it's a
Mm-hmm.
comedy, who would you want to do a movie
Ooh,
with?
comedy. Ooh. Let me think. Let me think. With anybody, and they got to be famous already, or well, I guess. Shoot, it's a lot of people. Oh, you know what? I just said this the other day. Ironically,
Hmm.
I would want to do a movie with Jaleel White because people be sleeping on that nigga funny.
Yes, he
Jaleel
is.
White, yes. If you ever seen it, well, I don't know. Matter of fact, it's on Tubi now. Look it up. It's called who I don't know who made the potato salad. That's the name of the movie. It's
Okay.
him, Clifton Powell. It's a lot of like comedians that's in. D. Ray Davis is in there. It's a lot of comedians. But when I tell you that movie, so dang on funny. But it's
Okay.
yeah. So definitely Jaleel White because number one, he a pro in the game and he's actually funny.
Yes, he is.
Um, Probably Clifton Powell.
Oh, yes.
And I'm trying to think for comedy. Hell, Jamie Foxx. Why not?
Man, look, I can see that. And I sit there and I be like, okay, I'm about to pee myself laughing at these folks. This is good. This is good.
Right.
I can see it. Oh my God. So can you name any, have you ever written any sets or any jokes for anybody? Have you?
Just no. I can't worry about nobody else. I'm only worried about me right now. not
Oh,
and not that I'm against like helping people
right.
because I will. You know what? Matter of fact, shouts out to Alton Walker. That's one of my mentors. He actually has a comedy gym. So it's basically like a writer's room. So,
Okay.
like I said, I've been knowing him for years or whatever. And every time I was cross paths with him, and
Mhm.
behind the scenes in the comedy lane, I will always see him dropping gems and jewels into upcoming comics or whatever. And that's kind of rare in this game because a lot of times everybody's out for themselves. And
Yeah.
so, one day we had a conversation. I said, "Hey, bro, you need to teach a class on this because you really are like, helping people out."
Right.
And he was like, "All right, I think I'm gonna do it one day." And I stayed on him, and then he started the class. And therefore, now it's called the Comedy Gym. He does it every Monday at Atlanta Comedy Theater at 7 p.m. But it's a dope writers room. So basically, you're not everybody's coming with their own material, but the
Right.
benefit of it is you're able to like work it out on stage, and then you have your other comedy colleagues that was like, oh, this is dope, but why don't you add this? So in that regard, yeah, I can say I've helped people write as far as, we'll help each other with punch ups and stuff, but have
Right.
I written somebody's whole set? No.
Okay. Okay. Now, how do you feel about joke stealing? Do you think that we need to go back to the old days when somebody stole your joke, they got the butt whooped, or you just need to just brush it off your shoulders and keep writing?
Now, for my vets that I have heard from, they always say just write more jokes.
Right.
But I understand how that's really offensive because it's like, but then you also have to think about, are you blatantly stealing someone's joke, or is it a premise? So that's what I'm like learning people from, like I said, vets, Rodney Perry, out to other, they're saying like when you hear people say that, like, is it verbatim? Now I've seen something like that happen, like with Precious and Precious Hall and I believe Leslie Jones,
Mm-hmm.
and they had like a tiff about that. Now
Right.
the backstory is Precious Hall came out and said, "Well, I can't really blame Leslie for that because she has writers."
Right.
And then that was the whole thing. So it's just like you just never know. Somebody in the back room that is writing for a bigger name celebrity,
Right.
and they might hear a premise that they like or whatever the case may be. So stuff like that does happen. Is it, I don't know if you can cuss on a thing or not, but if
Yeah.
is it messed up? Yes.
Yeah. You can cuss
But
on.
okay. It's like it is messed up, but it's just like, what can you do? Because like I keep hearing people say you can't do anything about jokes being stolen, but I'm like, you actually can. Just do your paperwork. It's just,
Yeah.
who's going to take the time to, sue them?
Right.
Because can you sue them for stealing your joke? Yes.
Yes, you
But
can.
are you going to? Probably not. So if
Probably
you're
not.
not going to do nothing about it, then don't complain about it. I feel
There you
like
go.
if you're mad about it, then do something about it.
Exactly. Especially if you have got yourself saying the joke and you got yourself recorded saying your jokes and somebody done stole your joke word for word.
Let me tell you, I have a good friend of mine that's been in the comedy game for a minute, and he's been doing comedy so long that people really look up to him as a vet, and they inbox him, let him like, hey, look at me where I was doing this, because they want some kind of notoriety to give feedback or whatever.
Right.
Funny thing is, one of the guys inboxed him one of his sets to like say, hey, look what I'm doing. So my friend that's been doing comedy for over 20 years sent him back a video of him doing it in 2015. He was like, "Oh, you like my stuff?" So it was a nice way of saying, "Yeah, you got that from me. You stole so much that you don't forgot where you got it from."
Dang.
So I've witnessed that before. I was at a comedy club and opened for someone, and the feature
Mhm.
happened to say, I guess, one of the guys' jokes. The headliner was like, "This dude just stole my joke." I was like, "Oh wow, okay." Well, like I don't know. I'm just sitting there watching the show, and after the show, he addressed the guy. He said, "Hey, when you say this part about this in your joke, don't do that anymore. That's something that's in my set." The guy didn't take accountability. He was like, "Oh no, I've been doing that for years." He was just like, "Okay, well, just don't do it the next show." Next show happens. Um, everybody's doing their comedy, whatever, and we're sitting there, and the guy didn't do the joke again, but apparently he did another one of his jokes. So the headliner looks at me and says, uh, "Did this dude just do another one of my damn jokes?" I said, "Well, he listened to you. He didn't do that other joke. You just said he couldn't do the rest of your shit." Shit like that happens all the goddamn time. So it's just,
Oh
what you
my
gonna do? Either you gonna take accountability, you gonna do something about, like, it's really it's messed up, but
right.
you can't really do nothing about it unless you do something about it. So if you like, because there's a SoundCloud, there's a lot of different ways you can copyright your stuff. Now it's just, are you going to impact and say, okay, this is my proof, this, like, are you going to do that?
Right. And every time I go on stage, I have somebody record me and I put my stuff on YouTube. So
Yeah.
that way I got my proof that I did the joke. So if I hear somebody doing my joke, I'm like,
Hmm.
that's mine. That's mine.
And then not only that, let me tell you, one of my friends taught me this too, because I put my stuff on YouTube too. But a lot of times people don't want to put their material on YouTube because they fear of getting stolen. You can put it on YouTube and just unlist it. The only reason you're uploading to YouTube is like for your copyright, to prove
Right.
that this is my idea. Now, if you have a issue or whatever, just unlist it. Be like, you see that date when I uploaded it, whatever. Yeah. So
And
therefore,
and that's what I do cause I don't have it public. I just have it
right.
unlisted or private. So that way, if it ever gets stolen, then I got proof. Yeah, I did that. So you need to go and pay me for that. 'Cause if you gonna tell my joke everywhere around the world, you got to pay me for that joke.
And that's
And
what
I
I
will
was
still do
wondering. Right. And you know what I was wondering as well, because like I said, from different comments that I've heard, I always wondered why
it.
make them having a special was so important to them.
Right.
And then now I get it, because when you have a special, you have like a tangible item as proof that this is my shit. But again, you can have that proof with literally Library of Congress, so you can do all that. But I'm
Yeah.
saying now I get why it's
You
so
can do
important for
special.
them to want to do a special. Because at first I was like, who cares as long as you making money, But
Yeah. And at first I didn't understand the importance of a special, but now, like you said, you get it. Because I was like, well, what's the importance? What's the big deal about having specials? But
right,
now, as I get into this business, I'm like, okay, this is why it's important to do specials every now and then. Because you got people that do specials every 3 to 6 months. I'm like, well, I don't.
yeah,
So
that's they proved to say okay. Because I think back in the day, like I said, like I'm trying to remember who it was. One of them old vets was saying it's whoever puts it on TV first is the rule. And
yeah,
that's how they used to, handle it. But I mean, like I said, it's just people not knowing the business. That's what I'm saying. If
yeah,
you know your business first, yeah,
right.
it's gonna hurt your feelings. But if you had your business correct, then
Everything gonna flow.
that part,
Cause you got to have your business, and if you don't have your business, you gonna get messed up in this business if you don't
that
get
part.
yourself straight. So, so if you could do 3 cities, what's your favorite 3 cities to go to?
Well, I'm from Los Angeles, so I
Okay.
definitely want to hit Los Angeles up.
Mhm.
Um, Now I've heard New York is where you really want to be to do comedy, because they do comedy all times a day. They got a 12 o'clock comedy show, they got a 10 a.m. brunch comedy show, they got a midnight comedy show. So if you're trying to do
Right,
comedy and that's just your passion, New York is where they say is the place to be.
right,
Um, Another place, Tennessee, they say is pretty decent.
right. Oh,
So those would probably be top three right now. I don't know. Like, I mean, I've been in Tennessee before just on some chill stuff, but this seemed like a nice little good. Tennessee reminds me of Atlanta's vibe as far as like, again, I went to visit. I didn't go for comedy
comedy.
scene, but it still reminded me kind of like an Atlanta vibe. So it seemed like it'd be cool.
Right, right. Okay. So if you could have your own comedy show, and this is you producing it, who would you have for your opening, your feature, and your headline?
First of all, where you been? I already did my own comedy show. I did it last Saturday, ma'am. Yes, at Uptown Comedy Club. I had the comedy verses, very first ever,
Girl, I
and we
sure
killed that
forgot about
thing.
that. I forgot about that, girl. I forgot. My
So on our comedy versus show, we had the vet comedian Double D. We had Big Horn. We had my boy Tony Love. We had K Strix, and had me as the host.
all
So yes,
right,
it went down, and we had a good ass time.
all right. Well, I need to catch up with that because I seen the flyer and girl, I said I got to catch this and
See, niggas gonna need you wait till the last minute, be like, oh man, I missed it.
girl, my mind be so scattered and girl, it's a lot that been going on in my life that my mind just be like, I'm like, okay,
Yeah, if I
crazy.
do it, I'm thinking about doing another. Well, I mean, the plan is to try to do it like quarterly. So my next one probably be in October.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm trying to see what I'm gonna be at in October. I'm supposed to be somewhere in October. I forgot. Just that fast.
Get
I
that
know
money, honey.
I'm supposed to be in Atlanta. I think in October. I think I got to
Good.
check, but I know I'm supposed to be in Atlanta doing
Well,
somebody's
Columbus
show.
ain't that far, no matter. Regardless, pull up. Ain't that far?
Right, I'm coming. Good, I'm coming. I got to come because I can't miss this one. I'm like, shh, because I was like, I want to come there, and then I said, shh, I ain't gonna be able to come because I can't even get a ride. So
Oh,
I'm gonna try to come to the next one because I grew up watching comedy, so
yeah.
comedy saved my life. So I'm in it to win it, and I try to support everybody when it comes to this, you know, this community
And
they
that's
call.
what we need. That's the one thing I'm gonna say. If I want to happen in comedy, more
Right,
support.
Right.
because it's a lot of team of me type of personalities, and I get it because you want to survive, thrive or whatever. But once you get to a certain level, you're gonna realize you can't do it by yourself. You better have a team.
Yeah, you ain't never lied. Cause I mean, you got to have that support. Cause like you said, you're
Hmm.
not gonna make it but so far
Right.
without a team. And if you don't have that team, like what's the point of just being in this world and you by yourself? You got to have somebody that you can share it with, and somebody that you can trust first of all, that's gonna have your back.
That part.
Because if you don't have somebody that's gonna have your back, you gonna get messed up in this world, like in
Come
this
on,
country.
somebody.
See what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I mean, I try so hard to just make sure that I stay out of people's way. Cause I'm right here to tell you, when you first meet me, I'm shy as shit. I promise you, I'm just like this. But once you
Hmm.
get to know me, you gonna be like, want to get off that roof because you look crazy, just a little crazy. But so if you could go to now, what's the best comedy club that you ever been to? Your top three favorite comedy clubs.
All right, now I'm rocking with Atlanta Comedy Theater in Uptown, so both of them is where I stay for the most part.
I want to come. I want to come to
Well,
theater
I
so
take that
bad.
back. A Laughing Skull is not bad. Laughing Skull is pretty chill and pretty cool. Um, so actually, I mean, all of them are good, but Laughing Skull is really, if you are new in the game, you
Mm-hmm,
definitely want to start there to
mm-hmm.
kind of get over whatever jitters you might have or whatever, because they actually come to laugh. You know how like some of these comedy clubs, they be like, all right, now you better be
Right.
funny. Like they come in with attitude, but Laughing Skull, they actually come like, okay, what you got going on? Like they're to laugh. So if you're trying to start somewhere, that's where I suggest anybody start there, because they came for comedy. They ain't come there trying to threaten your life.
That part. Oh
So,
shoot! My first stage show. My first time doing comedy was on Zoom, but
mm,
my first stage show, and Armani did this. He had me at KOD,
okay. So how
and
did that
I
go?
bombed. I bombed.
I
Ass
mean,
and titties.
how would you? I can't see somebody surviving that because they're not paying attention to comedy if they got ass and titties all around. I don't.
And the crazy part about it, the girls were in the back, but I could still see the girls. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
I'm like, oh my god! And I mean, and once Armani said my name, it was like all the jokes, just like this. Once that man said my
Well,
name,
you
I'm
gotta
like,
say for those that don't know, KOD, ain't that what Kings of Diamonds or something? That's the name of it,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
king of that.
So it's a strip club, y'all. For those that don't know.
For
So
those that
yeah,
don't know,
I can imagine bombing at a strip club, considering that ain't nobody there to see comedy. They there to see ass and titties. So I mean,
and it was
that
comedy
makes
night.
sense.
It was comedy night.
Yeah, but even with it being comedy night, their main focal point is ass and titties. So unless your jokes is about ass and titties, I don't see how you're gonna survive that. It's just-
Girl, but once that man said my name, gave me that mic and walked off, I said, you know what? What am I supposed to say? I'm sitting up there talking just like I'm talking to you right now. That's what I was doing now.
you should
One
have,
joke.
nigga. You should have did a handstand on you in your wheelchair, nigga. Hey, you had to. You won't do nothing else. You should have thrown that ass in the circle. At least they would have knew what was going on. They'd be like, okay, we don't know what she's talking about, but she throwing that ass in the circle though.
Thank you. Man, I should have did something, but cause at the time when I first started doing comedy, I was always nervous because
Hmm.
I got stage fright. So
Right.
I was like, oh Jesus. And I might have said, girl, tell some jokes. Wouldn't not one joke came out my mouth.
Lord have mercy. So what did
You
you do?
I, girl, it was like I was giving a whole seminar for a good 5 minutes.
Shit, not you up there doing a dissertation. I
There,
can't.
there you go. That's exactly what it was. And he got that shit on video. I said, if you
Oh my
ever
god.
show somebody this, I'm denying it. I'm gonna be like, that's my twin.
You
That's
know
my
what?
twin.
But you know what? That's why you should record everything that you do. Because when you
Right.
record everything you do, you know how to fix it.
And
Like,
I
okay, I
fixed
won't
it.
do that this time. Hey, you know how to fix it
I
once
fixed it.
you learn from it.
Girl, did I? Cause shoot, in the beginning, cause when that bomb first happened, I said, I don't think this is for me. I'm about to quit. He said, you ain't finna quit. Go ahead and just learn from the bomb. Just learn from it.
Well,
And
you
then
know what? So now, for you, they didn't boo you? They just didn't say nothing, or what? Why do you think it was a bomb?
they would
Or
just like this.
okay. Now this is the thing. Would you rather them stare at you, or would you rather the boo?
I wait for them to stare at me.
Hey, there you
So
go.
I'm glad they didn't boo me because, girl, I think if they had to boo me, I would have still been crying right now. Okay. I would have turned to a 2-year-old. I promise you. Money would have been like, give me this goddamn mic. What you crying for?
Listen, I don't know nobody that doesn't have stage fright when it comes to, because I mean, think about it, you're in a room full of strangers. They don't know you. You don't
Right,
know them. So
right,
you always gonna have nervous. But the one thing that I do before I go on stage, even though there's nerves there, first thing I think of, I don't know none of these niggas,
right.
and I never one of them pay my bills. So
That,
fuck it, let's go.
and I might not never see him again. So,
That part, and then you might, and then when you see them again, they be like, "Oh, I enjoyed your show." You never know.
see what I'm
But
saying?
the fear is just getting like people say once you hear that first laugh, you get over the fear. Not me. Like, cause let me ask you this: have you ever been at a show where you didn't hear the laughter until after the fact?
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. I could be on stage and they could be cracking up. I don't hear none of that because I'm so focused on making sure I get my stuff off. And then when I go back on show, I'm like, oh, they was fucking with it. That's what's up.
There you go.
Like
I'm
I'm
looking
tunnel vision when I'm doing my shit. I ain't worried about like if you laugh, great. If you don't, hey, it is what it is. But I'm still gonna do me.
exactly because I had to learn that. And then when when you first start doing comedy, okay, now that's my question. It has writing got easier for you, or it's still hard for you to write and just sit down and just write a joke out? Is it hard for you, or it's
I
got
don't
easier?
write like that. I write like that sometimes. Like I'll write down the premise and kind of where I want to go with it. But most of my writing I voice record because it's easier for me to just naturally talk it out. That's how I normally write. But the only time it gets difficult where it's like kind of hard to write is getting into the joke. Not necessarily what I want to say, but how
Right,
you want to start it. So
right,
like I don't know, you might want to have a joke about cupcakes.
right.
So I don't want to just walk up on stage and be like, hey, so cupcakes. Like, so my only issue would be like, okay, how am I gonna get to the cupcakes?
Right.
But after you figure out how you're gonna get into it, the rest of it just
Yeah,
flows.
you right. Cause I mean, I'd have been on stage and saying my set, and I could look at somebody, and a whole new joke would come from my head while I'm on that stage.
That
And
right?
I've always been told, whatever come in your head need to come out your mouth, whether you think it's funny or not. And I have done it, and it has worked out for me so far. I, I, I said, thank you, Jesus. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So far in comedy, what has been your biggest accomplishment in comedy?
Biggest accomplishment. I don't know. I feel like I'm still accomplishing. So I don't. There's no pivotal point as of now that I can that stands out. Well, okay, just produce a comedy show.
That's a
that's,
big accomplishment.
that's. I mean,
That's
that's
a
definitely an accomplishment. But I mean, I don't think I've done anything to the level of where I'm like that's a
right.
big deal. But I'm not looking at me. It's outside looking in. Some other people might say, "Oh, you did this, you did that." For me, I'm once I reach one goal, I'm going to the next. So I'm not focused on the last goal.
Right,
So it's
right,
hard for me to say what was a pivotal moment because it's like I'm always striving for the next goal.
right. So, do you find it hard for you to actually sit down and just enjoy some of the stuff that you've done because you keep going to the next goal? Do you just like let me take a break for a minute and just enjoy the goals that I have accomplished? Let me soak this in before I go on to the next goal, or do you just keep going?
Mm-mm. I keep going. Ain't no break, baby, because the bills don't stop.
That's
Mm-mm. Ain't no
true.
break. Now, if my
That's
bills will stop, then maybe I can sit down and say, okay. But until the bills stop, no, ain't no break. Mm-mm. We got to keep pushing.
That's true. That's so true. Cause I know. I keep bringing up my sister. She got killed March 7th. So
I'm
I
sorry.
had to. Thank you. I had to kind of not let myself, get in that dog place.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to do comedy. I didn't want to laugh. Wasn't nothing funny. So Auntie Gina decided she wanted to do comedy and R&B. So she wanted me to get on stage. I said, Auntie Gina, I'm just coming to visit. I mean, to just visit and support. I ain't get on nobody's stage. I said, my sister just got killed. I
Yeah.
can't make nobody laugh. So her and Armani went into took cahoots with each other to get my butt on this. I said, you know what? I love y'all, but I can't stand y'all. And I got up there on April the 27th, and I
Mhm.
rocked it. And I thought I
Nice.
was gonna bust out and cry on that stage because
Yeah.
it was like my sister just took over my body. Michelle, some of the jokes I didn't even remember telling it till I got back home and saw the video. I'm like, Did I just say that? Some of the jokes wasn't even wrote down nowhere. Some of them jokes was not written. And people have always told me, you gonna have your best show when you have gone through grief. And I went through grief.
That's what they say.
And I went because I didn't know how I was gonna get back on stage after that. Because I was like, y'all crazy. I'm not finna because I might mess around.
You know what? That's your strength right there. Because I mean, that's a painful thing to go through, but at the same time, your sister wouldn't have wanted you to stop.
Yeah, you right, and I didn't. But it took me a minute for them to get me on stage. I'm like, y'all crazy as hell. If y'all think my black behind is getting up there on that stage, I know what y'all gonna do. If I get on that stage and I just bust out crying, I might say, well, you just better joke through that cry, cause yeah.
Hey, okay.
So I said, okay. I said, well, as long as you don't go in the back and you leave me out there by myself, I said, I do it. He talking about,
right.
You ain't nothing but a big old baby. God, no. But I made it through the set 7 minutes, and I normally have 5 minutes, but after the fact, he said, "Shaquena, you did 7 minutes." I'm like, I did who now?
All right,
you did 7 minutes. 7? A strong 7. Now I'm trying to do a strong 10.
All right.
To get to 10. I'm building myself up 3 minutes at a time. If I can do that, I'm good. But
you might build 5 at a time. So if you get 5 at a time, you'll be quicker to 20. Because some of these comedy rooms, they only want 20 to 30 for a headline. So hey, if you build them 5 at a time, you might be in there. You
right about that, because I'm girl. If I mess around and get on stage and do 10 minutes, and somebody says, "You know you did 10, right?" I'm like, huh?
That's what record every time you go on stage. Record every set.
And I do that. I record every time I go on that stage. I don't care who it is. I would like him record me and record my whole thing. And it ain't somebody I don't know. It's got to be somebody I know, because I've seen folks stop recording somebody set in the middle of their damn set.
Get you a little tripod from 5 and Below. And you ain't got to ask nobody from there on, right? When you know they say you next, okay, cool. Set your little camera up, press record, and go on up there. So you ain't got to, worry about nobody. Because some of them people be shaky. They got Parkinson's with the goddamn. I'd be like, dang, you can't hold the camera straight? Shit.
Michelle, don't do that.
Well, it pisses you off because it's like, you really want the good content, and you sitting there shaking off. Come on, shaking Mr. Shakyson. And I'm like, you couldn't. All you had to do was sit there and hold the camera. You couldn't do that. And then you got people, well, let me zoom the crowd. Fuck the crowd. I'm trying to focus on what I'm doing. And I get my video back, and there's people with the crowd. I don't know them. I focus on me, because I need to make sure my body language is right, and I'm delivering right, and you scan it to the crowd. Damn the crowd.
There you go, because I had my sister to record my set for me last year, and where she was sitting at, it was just so loud you really couldn't hear me, but you could kind of hear me. But it got better over time. I
learned a new trick too. There's a you know how they have the lapel mics that people use now?
Yes.
Get you a lapel mic for your phone, so then you can hook it to your phone and then hook it to your thing. So when you go up there for the mic, even if the microphone is not picking you up, your lapel mic will pick you up. So when it's recording, you'll still have quality sound.
And there's Bluetooth compatibility.
Yep.
Girl, okay, because somebody kept telling me about the mic, and I kept forgetting the name. I appreciate it.
Because we be using it for skits and everything, but I'm like, now, because who was that? Somebody I knew that was headlining. I saw him do that. He told me, he's like, yeah, let's just do this and this, and I was like, bet. Then on every video I got crystal clear.
Wow.
Because some people's sound systems don't be right, but as long as yours is right, you good.
Yeah, I know that's right. Because the first time I got on stage was at Uptown, and I was like, now how am I gonna get up there on that stage? Teddy said, well, somebody gonna pick the chair from the front and the back. I said, now Daryl, you drop me, we gonna fight. I'm like, girl.
Who you about, Daryl Dam, or you talking about Quick?
Daryl Dam. I grabbed him by his wrist. I said, you drop me, we gonna fight. And I said, please don't laugh, because if you, boy. And then I love DJ Ant Love. Now that man is a staple at Uptown.
Facts.
When I got off the stage, before I even got off stage, this man said, get your roll on.
You know what?
He play that song every time I get off stage. And I can't do nothing but laugh.
Okay.
I'm like, one of these days, I'm going to run your ass over. Keep playing with me. Keep on playing. And he just be sitting up there just be cheesing. I said, you
Uh-huh.
ain't shit. You ain't shit. Come on, you
Listen, he a
love your
fool with
girl.
it too.
I love DJ Ant Love because I saw him again on the 17th. Gonna tell me to push him. Now let him get a ride to his DJ booth. I said, if you don't give it for me.
Let me tell you how foolish this man is. So we was at Steve Brown's roast a couple of days ago,
Hmm.
and Jack Thriller, the
Yes.
comedian. So Jack just had some surgeries on his eye. So until his eye fully heals,
Uh,
he can't see. So he had people, helping him to the stage so he can do the stuff or whatever. And Jack's so silly. He was like, "Where DJ at love? He should have right to the left of me." And Aunt go yell out, "I went to the bathroom." Hey, would you leave this man alone? Play this man's music. He do something. Nah, tell him I ain't here. I was like, you ain't
oh,
nothing. Now he know the man can't see him. He just, I was like, you know what? And just
DJ ain't
leave the
shit.
boy alone.
I can see him doing that. I'm like, DJ Ant Love, stop.
He a fool.
Got issues. And then he gonna tell me to run over his foot. That's his way of flirting. I said, if you don't give it for me, boy, what is wrong with this man?
Hey, well,
Something
as I
wrong
said,
with
long you
DJ.
been in comedy world long enough, you're gonna end up getting a cut. So he a fool too, because he been around comedy so many years. He got to be foolish too.
Girl, and I sat up there and I did a joke about me being sober from alcohol from almost 7 months. So he gonna come up to me and tell me, you want a drink? I said, DJ Ant Love, don't make me hit you in your nose. Come
Gonna
on,
try to
come
make
on,
me
just one
backslide.
drink. Come on, you can get. I said, you gonna make her money kill me and you if I
That
drink this,
part.
boy. He told me, well, I'm proud of you, baby, because
Yeah.
some of y'all need to stop drinking because some of y'all crazy around here. I said, DJ, stop. Don't do that. He told me, okay, you think I'm playing? Some of y'all some alcoholics around here. God dog.
Yeah, that's true. I've
She,
seen that. I've seen it.
you know what I'm saying? And her money bet me that I couldn't stop drinking. And that's how he got me to stop drinking. It was a damn bet.
Well, that's good.
And I'm glad I did it because, girl, now my liver messed up.
Oh Lord. Well, you on the way back to recovery because you stopped. So keep going.
Thank you. And I
Hmm.
had a drink since. I said, Lord, I got to do something. And then it's safer when you sober, especially as a female. You got
Absolutely.
to be
It's
safe
always
with
safe
yourself.
when you sober.
Thank you. But some women and some men don't think you some people don't think you're safe when you're sober. You're safe when you're sober because you are aware of your surroundings. And I try to tell people, don't drink. Please don't drink.
Right.
Wait till after the show and somebody can drive you home. But if you ain't got nobody to drive you home and you the driver, please don't drink. Wait till you get
I'm
home.
trying to tell you.
Child, but some folk don't
Arrive
want to listen.
alive. That's the goal. Arrive alive.
Thank you. Arrive alive. Cause we can't explain to your family what happened to you
That
on
part.
the way from the club to the house. You got to stay safe, and I appreciate your money for getting me sober. Because he said, Shaquana, I'm worried about you, baby, because your eyes keep going like this, and
Child.
he's stupid. I'm like, you know what? But hey, I'm thankful for him because if it hadn't been for him, I wouldn't have. Yeah, I wouldn't have never got sober. And my family,
Yeah.
they had, I don't drink no more. They
Well,
said, thank you, Jesus.
that's good. That's what I'm
So,
talking about.
but okay, in comedy, what's the craziest thing you've seen somebody do? Speaking of alcohol, under the influence.
Mm. I ain't seen nothing like that. Cause look, I ain't gonna lie to you. When I'm at the comedy clubs, I ain't focused on what they doing. It's very rare when I'm watching someone else's set. I'm normally in the back going over what I'm gonna do. If something happens, it might be like somebody on stage and it's a heckler in the crowd or whatever. I've seen some stuff like that, but nothing, to the extreme where somebody done been drunk and passed out. I've seen more audience members cut up than comedians.
Wow. Wow. So do you drink? Do you smoke? Or you don't?
No, I don't do
Oh,
none of that. Because I don't even know what's going on at all times.
I
Mm-mm.
don't blame you. So speaking of heckling, have you ever got heckled?
No, thank God. But I will tell you this. And see, the reason I say this is because I'm like, everybody gonna have their day.
Right.
But The reason, so I have had a time where I was working out a new joke and somebody had yelled something out and it threw me off because it's like when you new in the game, you not thinking somebody gonna actually respond to what you're saying because you so used to just saying your stuff. And I don't even
Right.
remember what I said. I said something and some dude yelled out, "What's wrong with that?" And then I was like, "What you mean? What's wrong with that?" And I'm like, wait, I said, "You know what? You shut your ass because you done messed up." Like I'm focused. Like I was focused on here, and your little question threw me off and they was tickled. I'm just like, y'all don't, because they thinking like that's part of my set or he threw, it's not part of my set. He really threw me off and I had to address him. Hey, shut up, nigga, because look, I was like, I was here. I was in the pocket. I was trying to, and then you done ask me a question. Don't ask me no goddamn question. What you ask me questions for? No, this ain't no, this is not a Q&A. Let me do my shit and then ask me that question after I get finished because you done fucked up my concentration now. It was like, oh my bad. I'm like, yeah. Now what was I saying? So
Cause
I've had
look,
that.
I got trained for that. Cause when I first started comedy, 50 Shades of Fudge and Armani both told me, you need to be prepared for me. You trying to do your set and somebody yell some stuff out to you. How the hell you gonna handle that? And that happened
Right.
to me here in Columbus. I said I was gonna throw my ass in the circle, and I actually turned around in the circle, and the girl, the girl actually yelled out for me to turn around in a circle again, and it
Uh-huh.
kind of threw me off, but I did it, and I laughed it off. I said,
Okay.
I was like,
But
oh,
that's not bad. Like if somebody tell you to do it again, that mean they enjoyed it. So that ain't bad.
right, cause I wasn't prepared for somebody to tell me to do it again, but
Right.
I was prepared because I was trained. If anybody throw anything out, don't be so startled. Just you know. But I was like, how would I act if something like that really happened to me?
That, but see, that's what you got to get adjusted to. That's the
Yeah,
thing. When you get adjusted to, you be like, oh, whatever. It's like it's a conversation. When you new in comedy, you don't be thinking about responding as a conversation. You're
right,
so set in your it's a showtime. It's showtime. You know what I'm saying? So then when somebody throws
right.
something out, you be like, the fuck is this? I don't. What is this here for? I'm not ready for this.
Cause girl, I
And
don't
then
know
you
what
learn.
I
And then
do.
you are ready for this. It's like, is
Yeah,
this a conversation? They can respond how you would normally respond.
exactly. So I was like, okay, if anything like that ever happened, I was trained on what to do and how to do it. So, but a heckler, I don't think I'm ready for a heckler yet. I don't think I'm ready for that yet.
You know, I ain't gonna lie to you. Most of the time when hecklers do come from what I've just seen, and I'm seeing hecklers around, it's normally when they had too much to drink or
Ooh,
you done said something that pinched a nerve.
that's
So if
true.
you done
Ooh,
pinched a nerve, a hit dog will holler. It's
yeah,
like, cause if I'm telling my jokes and it offends you, it ain't got shit to do. I don't know you personally, sir or ma'am. So if you're offended, that's your personal issue. I don't even know
right.
you.
So cute. I know I already offended somebody because like I told you, I did Uptown with Auntie Gina and
Mhm.
Armani, and I was telling my joke, and one part of my joke was me saying that I had the best pussy in the room. This one girl went from hee to
Oh,
she was so mad. She gave me a stank face. And girl, I laughed so bad when she gave me the stank face. I said, I got her. She mad. She mad. Because a girl in a wheelchair said, I got the man. Look,
oh God.
I said, I got her. But she wanted to kill me. I know she did. If looks could kill, Michelle, I would have been
What you
dead.
mad about? So you mad because I got self-esteem? What you mad about, ma'am?
Shoot. I mean, girl, the look on her face was
You,
like,
it ain't like you said that she didn't. You just said, I know I do.
exactly. I don't know nothing about your coochie. I know about mine.
That part.
So you gave me the stank face for no apparent reason. And then I laughed at you dead in your face and wanted you to say something. And I knew she wanted to say something. I saw it in the spirit. I saw it
Well,
in her spirit.
let me ask you this: as a fellow comedian in
Mm-hmm.
the female lane, what are some challenges that you've had as far as being a comedian that's a female that's in the game?
Some challenges I feel like I've had is trying to actually get to comedy shows
Mm.
because you know the fact that I'm in a wheelchair, it's kind of hard for me to actually get people to try to come and get me and actually take me to comedy shows. But when I
Okay, so
do,
you don't drive.
I don't drive, and I'm
Okay,
trying to get my driver's license. So
okay.
my mama raised me to be so independent that when I have to rely on somebody, I'm like, oh Lord,
Yeah,
it gets on my nerves, but you have to depend on somebody sometime. And when people tell you that they're gonna do something for you, and they turn around and say, "Well, I can't do it," people
Yeah,
don't realize it make me feel this small when you sit there and you tell me you're gonna do something, but then you turn around and change your mind.
yeah,
So, and I'm like, come on, y'all. Y'all know this is important. Help a sister out.
yeah.
God,
So,
dog,
so
I need that.
you ain't had no issues as being a female in the comedy game other than not being able to get back and forth.
That's it. And I mean, I'm able to get on, the stage because, like I said, 9 times out of 10, I'm doing shows with Armani, so I'm able to get on stage because either somebody will lift me, somebody will be in the front, somebody will be in the back and lift me on the stage, or his crazy behind will lift me out my chair and have somebody else.
No, I ain't talking about like that. I'm saying industry wise. You know how like,
Oh,
in the game they're saying
oh,
like, it's hard for female comedians. I mean industry wise.
oh, girl, no, I
Okay.
ain't, thank God, knock on wood, I have not had that yet, and I'm
Okay.
not trying to speak it on myself, but I see it coming. But right now, I ain't had nothing too big to really happen. I mean, there was a guy that wanted to book me for a show, and I said, "Well, what's your budget?"
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't want to pay me what I was asking. He wanted me
Okay.
to get paid half of what I was asking. I said, "No, you want me to go all the way to Atlantic City from
Right.
Columbus, and you don't want to pay me what I'm asking for. I can't do it. You can't try to scam me out of what I'm asking for because it wasn't
Yeah.
a lot of money that I'm asking for. So either you can afford me or you can't. I'm cool."
Yeah,
And
make it make sense.
apparently he couldn't afford me, so
Yeah.
I ain't never do the show. So
It is what it is.
yeah, so I really ain't had nothing too major that would say that it's been a problem. But other than it's been cool so far. So because this year finna be 2 years, so I ain't
Okay.
really had no problems. So I'm still learning. I'm in my learning stage. I try to listen to everybody, and the stuff that makes sense to me, I keep. The stuff that don't make no sense to me, I give to somebody else that
I
might
know
need
that's
the
right.
advice. Because everybody's advice ain't gonna work for you. It may work for
Fact.
somebody else. So, but for me, I got great people around me. I got Teddy, D-Lay, Ali, Armani. Comedians that really care about whether I succeed or not, and they
Right.
want to see me succeed. So I got a whole team of people. If I want to come to you and ask you, hey, how did this sound? If I do it like
Mm-hmm.
this, I know I can come to you as a female comedian and you won't tell me nothing wrong because you want to see me succeed. But
Right.
then you got some female comedians that don't want to see me succeed and may want to try to derail my success, and I don't fool with those folks anymore.
I see what you did there, D-Rail. I see what you did. Uh-huh.
So, I try my best to, surround myself with people that want to see me win, and I
Yeah.
want to see win because this community of the world is male dominated, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you got to be on your A game as a female.
Facts.
You got to be on your A game. You can't be sitting up here trying to have sex with somebody because you want stage time. You want to get on this show. You want to get on that show. Cause if you sit up here trying to have sex with this comedian, that comedian is gonna make you look bad. Not that
Exactly.
male comedian is gonna make you look bad as female.
Mm-hmm.
And once your name get out there like that, ain't nobody gonna wanna work with you.
That part.
Nobody
And
gonna
that is
work
going
with you.
on in the industry.
Yes, it is. And I'm just like,
They
y'all
call it
just
the writer's couch in Hollywood, and I guess in Comedyville they call it Trump screwing for shows. But it
there
does
you go.
happen.
And I try to get female comedians to come on here and give their one advice when it comes to what they've learned so far and the advice that they would give to the next female comedian to have longevity. So what's your one piece or two pieces of advice that you would give a female comedian that's in the future?
Business first. Make sure
Okay.
you got your business and together. Um, be Protect yourself because there
Right.
there are going to be those weirdos, them creeps that's gonna come at you sideways. Hey, I can book you for this, and I could. Mm-mm.
Right.
Make sure you got either you got your strap or you got your bodyguard or whoever you need to have your back. But always make sure you got the business first, and protect yourself by all means. And this ain't even just in the comedy world. This is just period. It's always gonna be
Right.
a weirdo or a creep that's. So just
Right.
make sure you protect yourself and watch your surroundings. Last but not least, watch and pray.
There you go. Because if you don't pray, you're not gonna make it.
That part.
So, but yeah, and so I always ask at the end of the show, but you don't drink. But I did ask you, what's the craziest thing you seen somebody do drunk or high? You don't pay no attention to none of that because you're doing your own
I'm
thing.
not in the room. I know people that drink and smoke, but I don't. I know them, but I don't
Right.
kick it with them.
I don't blame you.
They
Shoot,
do that.
cause
Like now, I'm not gonna say some of my best friends will smoke you under the ground, but when I'm around, they don't do it because they know I don't. So they do that on their own time.
like, cause shoot, when I'm around Armani, I'm smoking weed, and he just introduced me to some mushrooms, and girl, woo!
Child.
I had the best trip of my goddamn life. I promise you, I did. Oh my
I'm too
god.
scared to do anything like that because I hate to say I must have like control issues or something because I don't ever want to be in a mind state where I don't know what's going on.
Right, right. And I mean, I get it, cause I know a girl that told me, said, when you try mushrooms, you got to be in a great state of mind. Because if you got a
Okay.
lot going on, or if you sad, you mad, don't put no mushrooms in your system, because it's gonna be a bad trip. And my trip was a
Oh,
great trip. I laughed the whole
child.
girl. I got home and the floor was moving, and I'm laughing at the floor. My chair done. I had a whole 30-minute conversation with my wheelchair.
Uh-uh.
Wheelchair was cussing me. Girl, look, wheelchair was cussing me out for my old wheelchairs. I'm like,
Oh
you
my
know what?
God. What
Yeah,
your old wheelchair said, you don't love me no more.
that part. Girl, I told her money this, and he said, I be damn. He said, yeah, okay. Man, but I mean, I don't get high around everybody. I don't get
Yeah.
high with everybody because I don't trust everybody. The only somebody,
Exactly.
huh?
Exactly. Like now, I'm not saying that I'm never drunk, but I don't drink. Meaning I don't do it. That's it. Like the last time I had a drink was my birthday. Like I do it once in the blue moon, and if I'm gonna drink, I'm gonna be at home somewhere
Right.
safe. Because unfortunately, when I drink, I go to
Mm.
sleep. So I'm gonna miss
Right.
the whole goddamn party. If it's a party going on, so you give me one drink, I'm going to sleep. Pass me a pillow. I don't care. Y'all could be twerking on a handstand. The music can be bumping. I will be asleep.
Girl, I don't blame you because shoot, when I used to drink, I used to sit there and I get flirty when I'm drunk, depending on what I done had. So I get flirty. So if I'm drunk and you look good to me, just know I'm gonna hit on you. I'm just saying. So I
Right.
said, thank God I done stopped drinking. Whew. But thank you so much for coming. This has been a great interview. We're gonna have to have you back.
Okay.
Girl,
I
we
appreciate it.
got
I
to
had a good
have you
time.
back. And we try to, and the purpose of Laughs and Libations is to bring on vets, people that's up and coming, to give them their flowers and let the people know who they are and how they got into comedy. And we just wanted to give you your flowers because I didn't know you had been doing comedy for 3 years. I thought you had been doing it for 15, 20 years.
Oh well, shoot. If I seem seasoned, appreciate it. Shit, call me Lawrence. Goddamn. Yeah, you talking about red hot? Put that shit on everything if you will.
Cause I said, shoot, I can look up to her and really come to you and ask you for your advice. And I'm like, yeah, this gonna be one of my sisters in comedy for a long time. And I said, we got to have her on here on Monday.
Oh yeah, we got to look out for each other because that's what it's about. Like I'm saying, this industry period needs more sisterhood, brotherhood, all that. Because we
Right,
all can win if we help each other and stop trying to. Oh, let me make sure I'm better than you. None of that matters. Just
right,
keep striving to be your best
right.
you. Your only competition is you.
There you go. That's the promise Armani and I made to each other 3 years ago. We got to never have competition between each other. And in anything that he get, I'm always proud of whatever it is he get. And I'm always rooting him on. He's always rooting me on. And there
When
is
you see
no
comedy tours, do you see a tour with them by themselves all the time, or do you see when I see comedy tours, I see 3 or more people on the tour,
There you
or
go.
2 people. It's not like, because it's like, yeah, you can go out there. Even okay, I'll say this: even if
Mm.
you are a person that can tour by themselves with one person, they always have a feature. Like they
Yeah,
still,
got
still bringing
somebody.
the next person along to help them, on their way. It's always somebody up next. It should always be like that.
Right. You should always pay it forward to somebody. So
Hmm.
I told Armani, I said, if me and you ever be on the same state at the same time, I think that would be a dope show one of these days.
Absolutely.
I said, I might pee on myself with you on stage because he be trying. Michelle, I promise you, it's something in his spirit that try to always make me laugh, and he know once he get me, I'm gone. I
You
can't,
better bring your depends then, because you can't embarrass yourself on the stage now, ma'am.
girl. I mean, and he ain't even got to say nothing half the time. He can look at me funny, and I'm just like, I would turn my back. I promise you, girl. I would turn my back and close my eyes on
Okay.
stage. I'm like, boy, and he always, and we can be live on Instagram, and he would do some stuff. He would say some stuff, and all I gotta do is look at his face, and I'm like, this nigga here. I don't like him. Oh, I don't like him. But he tried to make me break. That's the reason why we ain't done no skits yet. Cause I know
Oh
if I do a
Lord.
skit, I'm done.
Y'all better start doing something. I'm trying to tell
Oh,
you.
oh shoot, I got some ideas, and he got some ideas. So we gonna be, hopefully we start doing some skits the beginning of next year. Cause right now he got a lot of shows lined up. So right
Nice.
now he ain't got time for me and no skits. But we'll do some skits next year. I got some ideas, and I'm finna get him to do another idea that he done came up with on one of these lives.
Okay.
Shoot, gonna tell somebody that when we met, I was in the club drunk,
Mm.
circling the VIP. Nigga, that ain't how we met. Stupid. I don't like him. I tell him that at least 4 times a day. I don't like you. You get on my nerve. Somebody, you
Lord
know
have
how to
mercy.
love you should come. Boy, shut up. You get on my nerve. That ain't how we met. We met on Instagram, man.
All
Not
right
no,
now.
not no club in Island had 4 Long Islands. That ain't how we met.
They don't need to
Stupid.
know that. The lie sound better.
Girl, the lie sounds so much better. I'm like, he done sat there and told these folks I was drunk. I said, okay. That got to be a skit. It got to be a skit because it was just too funny and just too off the wall. I said, okay. At my expense now. It's all
Man,
good. It's
it
all
be like
good.
that sometimes.
It's all good, but we gonna make sure that we have you back because this was a great interview. Y'all, this is comedian Michelle C, aka Candy Kisses TV. Before we go, tell the people what you got coming up before we leave.
Okay, so you can please support and follow the podcast, which is Candy Kisses TV. It's a comedy podcast, so I have fellow comedians on there, entrepreneurs, just a whole bunch of foolishness on there. So if you ain't ready to clown, don't come to the circus because we act a fool over there. Um, whatever shows that I have coming up, I will be posted on my The Only Michelle C page and my Candy Kisses TV page. I got merch. This is one of my merch shirts. That's
That's
on candykissestv.com. If you like makeup, you can get it at kissablelipscosmetics.com. And then last but not least, I can't leave without letting y'all know about my game that I created called Singadoo. And you can get that at singadoo.com. It's a music card game for all to enjoy. So that's what I got going on. Make sure you follow me, like, comment, subscribe, share, and keep supporting her. Cause listen, it's not many that's out here trying to keep the comedy thing united. We need unification in this thing. So
there we go. Cause shoot, it ain't united just yet. It's getting there, but it ain't united just yet. Well, girl, thank you so much for coming again. We're gonna have you on here again to cut up with us again, cause this was so much fun. We got to get to know a lot about you. So we're gonna have you back, y'all.
all right. See you
All right,
later.
all right. Y'all, this was a great episode, y'all. Thank y'all for coming. This was episode 34. I'm your girl, comedian QuenaHorace. My co-host, co-creator, Armani Jones. This was a great interview. Thank you, Sheila. I got these earrings a long time ago. But y'all, again, this was a great episode. Thank y'all for enjoying it. Thank y'all for watching it. And I will see you. Well, me and Armani will see y'all Sunday, depending on who the guest is. Y'all have a great night. Mwah. Bye.